How's it going, guys? So you made it to my video. Today we're going to talk about GMC Sierras and Chevy 1500s. 100,000 miles, 5 years. We want to know, how are they holding up? Should I buy one? Is 80,000 miles too many miles? Is 60,000 miles too many miles? Is 120,000 miles too many miles? You want to know the answers? I've got some for you. Let's get on into this. All right, so first let's start out. I have a GMC Sierra 1500 AT4 package with the 5.3 liter motor and the 8-speed transmission. So let me start off with this. When I bought my truck, I was told and warned to stay away from the 6.2 liter engine. There was bearing failure, it was catastrophic engine failure, lifter failure, all sorts of failures with the 6.2 liter motor. That was the motor that you did not want. Also, when I was looking at the 3 liter Duramax motor, I was looking at that in the 1500. The first gen of the 3 liter Duramaxes, I was warned to stay away from. They were burning oil. I couldn't find any of those engines out there with over 100,000 miles on them, so I just stayed away from them. Also, the Turbomax motor is not for me. I have no interest in a 4-cylinder motor. I have no interest in the V6 light duty, anything like that. I wanted the V8 straight up towing capacity. I needed that. So I went with the good old 5.3 liter engine. Well, little did I know, there's lots of lifter failure issues with the 5.3 liter motor. So a lot of people, they can get away with not having any issues with it for a very long time. Sadly, I ran into mine at around 103,000 miles. I had lifter failure. So one of my lifters collapsed on the passenger side of my engine, causing camshaft failure. So luckily, I had an extended warranty and they replaced that all under warranty. Camshaft up, they replaced both the lifter banks, everything. It was covered. I paid a little bit out of pocket for, extra fluids and the tax on whatever parts they had to replace. So it wasn't too bad. It was under warranty. That was awesome. At around 100,000 miles, my torque converter went out. So that's notorious in the 8-speed transmissions. Also, the 10-speed transmissions are also plagued, so try to stay away from those if you can. I've heard really good things about the 6-speed transmission. That is the transmission you want in these 1500 models. If you can get a 6-speed transmission, go with that. That is your best bet, 100%. I haven't heard very many bad things about that. But I replaced my torque converter at around 100,000 miles, and now my transmission is shifting a lot better, but that is still a hefty build a foot if you don't have an extended warranty. So the biggest piece of advice I can give you if you're looking to get in one of these half-ton models and it has higher mileage, honestly, anything over 50,000 miles, if you ran out of your factory warranty and you don't have one anymore, make sure you grab an extended warranty. Please get an extended warranty because something is bound to happen. On the positive note, I have owned this truck for a minute and I have not had any small issues. Nothing small has gone wrong. It's only been those 2 big issues, the lifter failure and the torque converter. So that is a very positive thing I can say for this truck. I have like 105, 106,000 miles on this truck now, and I haven't had any little dink and dunk issues with this truck. Only thing I've done to it is throw some mud tires on it. I did a muffler delete because I wanted a more aggressive sound that actually sounds it sounds beautiful. If you're looking for an exhaust note and you don't want to go overboard, you don't want to make the neighbors mad, you don't want anything that's going to sound, trashy, a muffler delete is the way to go. It keeps your cats in check. It keeps, your resonator, everything. The truck sounds beautiful. It gives you just enough of a note to make your truck sound like a truck. So if you're somebody that's like, this is too quiet, I need a note, I need some sound, I need some aggressive, I want my truck to sound like a truck, a muffler delete sounds beautiful on these 1500 trucks. Another thing that I can say that's a con sort of on these trucks, if you're like me and you want to replace your own brakes, you want to work on your own truck, make sure your truck is in brake service mode. I have a video on how to do that. There's also a bunch of videos on the internet. There's a couple out there. I made a video on how to get into it, so make sure you watch that video and you get your truck into brake service mode, and it's actually in brake service mode before you start working on the brakes. Don't be like me and just jump into it thinking, oh, I've done brakes millions of times. I can do brakes, it's no big deal. That's easy, piece of cake. Well, there's news for you. It'll lock your truck right out and put it into, what did it tell me? Brake system failure is what my truck told me. Brake system failure. It threw a bunch of lights up on the dash like a Christmas tree, and it locked me out, put me into limp mode, 45-mile-an-hour limp mode, took all the power away from the front brakes, completely locked them right out because I was working on my front brakes. So I had no power to the front brakes, put all the power to the rear, so I only had rear brakes. It was a pain in the ass to get it back. Please do not just jump into your brakes if you're going to service them on your own truck. Put your truck into brake service mode and make sure it's in brake service mode before you start tearing into your brakes. But besides those things I noted there, just make sure you buy an aftermarket or an extended warranty through your dealership. That is the biggest thing, the biggest piece of advice I can give anybody that's looking into buying one of these 1500 model trucks. They're beautiful. I drive my truck in northern Michigan through all sorts of weather, deep snow, mud, gravel, any sand, anything you can possibly imagine. I threw some mud tires on there for the more aggressive terrain, but I drive this thing year round. I put all sorts of miles on it. This truck is an amazing truck. It looks beautiful. I have the AT4 package. You might have the SLE, SLT, whatever package that you have on your truck. I went with the AT4. I love it. It's got the heated, the cooled seats. It's just a beautiful truck. I have the Rancho suspension. Some of these trucks, the Z71s, come with a Rancho suspension. It's not the greatest for off-roading. It's okay. It's a very stiff suspension. If you're looking to upgrade, go for the Bilstein shocks. Those are highly recommended by almost anybody that buys these trucks. Bilsteins are the shocks to go for. These Ranchos, they handle okay, daily driving, going to work and back, and that sort of experience. So if anything I said helps you guys, please drop a like. If you have any questions on these trucks, go ahead and comment that down in the comment section. I'd be very happy to help anybody out with any of their concerns or questions on these trucks. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate it. Have a good one.